Hey guys, welcome to Game Week Talks. And in this episode, we'll be reacting to our reactions, match predictions, and how our team performed in Game Week 1. The season is officially kicked off, and it's really interesting for both our clubs. And we started with full points, 3 points to both Chelsea and Arsenal.
Yeah,
And it's really nice.
good days.
Yes, man.
It was a good game. I predicted a 3-1 victory.
You predicted a
for
3-1
Arsenal.
victory. And Auba hat-trick? No.
I said Auba is going to score for sure, and he did. And we played really well, and I thought I'm excited to see Gabriel play. And except for the first few minutes, there was some miscommunication with Leno, which almost led to a goal. But after that, he was really good. He was really great in the air. It was great to see an Arsenal player dominate and win headers after a very long time. Like he won all the headers, and it was brilliant. And he scored also in his debut, which is great. It's a great confidence booster. Yeah, it's a good confidence booster for him. And Willian was brilliant. Like you guys were saying, he's not going to perform that much.
I didn't say he's not going to perform. To my, in my defense,
I so many Chelsea fans like we are going to send Willian to you guys, and you know why we sent him.
No, I did say that. I knew. See, Willian is a really good talent. I knew he is going to perform. But I'm saying the thing is, we offered him a 2 years contract as well, man. He was 32 and 31, and we offered him 2 years or more. So it's not like we didn't want Willian. We knew what he was going to bring to our side, and we wanted Willian in our side too. It's just that what he was asking in a Chelsea shirt for a 3-year contract was a little bit unfair, is what we felt. So we didn't want to sign him for a 3-year contract. I know you guys might say it might not make much of a difference for a year, but I feel in Chelsea's club policy, they don't offer more than 1 year to a players above 30. But we broke the rule for Luis. We broke the rule we again wanted to break the rule for Willian. At the end of the day, it is what it is. He left us to join you guys, and he did perform well. In my
2 assists, 3 assists in his first game.
2 football assists, 3 if you want to put it as fantasy assists.
FPL, yeah. He was really good. He was great on the ball.
Right.
And he kept running throughout the game, and I think Pepe has to work hard to get back into the team after Willian's performance. And Aubameyang's goal, man, you can't say anything. It was a carbon copy of what he did against Liverpool. Like when he gets there, it's a goal. That's how it looks. He's on red hot form, and I thought we'll concede, but clean sheet was good, bro. I can't complain. We have our defense was good except for the first few minutes. After that, we were really compact.
Right.
And Ainsley was good. Tierney at the back, he was great. Can't complain about the performance, man.
The start to the season for me from the Arsenal perspective is Lacazette getting an away goal was a real surprise to me. But he did perform well. To his credit, I'm not going to just say he's not good. He didn't perform well last season. He did perform.
People big up Firmino so much, like the Liverpool fans. I feel like Lacazette is like our Firmino. He might not score many goals, but then he's key to our build-up play. And he's the only striker in our club at the moment who can actually retain the ball when he hit it from the goalkeeper. So he can hold on to the ball, and then he can spread it across. And he's good. He's good with the finishing as well. And it was a striker's goal. He was there inside the box, instinctive finish. It was a good day for Arsenal.
Right.
And Arteta's tactics was spot on.
Yes, it a good start and a flying start for Arsenal. I'm not going to lie about that. You guys did win 3-0. I didn't expect you guys to win 3-0 and play the way you guys played. I mean, it was Fulham. Let's not get carried away. But Fulham did start the game brightly, and they did play well. But you still had to put them away. But then you did that in a very professional manner.
I said, they missed their home fans.
Yes, I do.
They needed their fans there at Craven Cottage.
I do feel that the one other team who missed their home fans is Liverpool. What a game it was at Anfield. 4-3. I told it was going to be 3-1 to Leeds, and you told it was going to be 3-1 to Liverpool. They both threw our predictions in the garbage, and it was an exceptional game.
No, I got it right. I said Liverpool will win.
You didn't predict it.
You said Leeds are going to win.
I said Leeds were going to win, and they almost did, man.
Yeah, they almost does not. They didn't almost win it. They almost took a draw
out of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they gave the run for the money, but if
Leeds were great, and fourth, it was a very entertaining game for the neutrals, and I think it would have been a tense game for the Liverpool fans,
right?
Because it was back and forth, man. It was like a tennis game, literally, like end-to-end stuff. It was brilliant. But Salah is on fire. Like
Salah looked sensational penalties.
Yeah, but he always starts well, but then towards the middle of the season, he like goes off a bit, and then Mane picks up. So they have very good balance. Like anyone can score in the team. That's how their system is, and it's like if both the strikers aren't scoring, Trent will score a free kick. So that's.
I mean, that's a really interesting thing in Liverpool, because their team does that. I mean, if either of the forwards are not performing, someone in their team will perform. Let's say if all the three performers, let's say your Trent, Mane and Salah doesn't perform, you will get a sensational goal from your Naby Keita or your Jordan Henderson. So yes, that is a really interesting thing from Liverpool, and it's a really good thing to have.
And Trent has to work on his defensive.
We knew he was always a defensive liability, but he got exposed.
He's going to be like I think he'll be. His future is not on the right wing back position or on like. I think he should be pushed up front. He'll come into the midfield, for sure, because they were constantly targeting him, and they scored most of the goals from that side. And they couldn't like attack Robertson's side and Van Dijk's side, and Gomez was not great as well.
I mean, yes, to be fair to Leeds, they did play well. They exposed the Liverpool defense. They put the pressure on them. They played fire with fire and probably came out the worst. Yes, I don't think so. It was a easy game.
Leeds, their midfield, they outrun Liverpool. And that's a big thing for a team like Leeds, because Liverpool's midfield keeps running, they keep pressing people, but Leeds actually outplayed them in that midfield area. That's why I feel they need a creative midfielder like Thiago, so that they can break down teams like Leeds. I know they got a penalty and all that. If it was not for Rodrigo's,
you can't defend a penalty like how Leeds did. You can't defend in the box like that, like how the Leeds player did. It was a really poor.
Like Rodrigo it was a striker's tackle.
They gave away the first 5 minutes. In the first 5 minutes, it was a real poor penalty.
No, I think there was a handball, right?
It's a real poor defending from a centre back. You can't do that.
No, it hit his hand, man. He can't do anything. Like
if your hand is like 2 meters away from how you defend, it's not. I don't think so. You can't defend.
You can't read too much into a handball. It's not a deliberate handball. He didn't like do it on purpose. He was going to tackle, but the ball ricocheted and it hit his hand, and can't blame him for that. But Salah there just ripped it, and his second goal was like. Top corners, top bin stuff. Like he was on sensation.
He looked in really good touch, Salah. And he always starts the season well, as you told, and then he fades away in the later part of the season. I hope for the sake of Liverpool fans, it doesn't happen to them again. But yes.
Yeah, both their defense were both of the teams were defensively poor, but Liverpool had a better attacking force, and that's what got them over the line at the end of the day.
It was either all or nothing for either Leeds or Liverpool. But one team who got nothing out of it was Tottenham.
I
told it was going to be a 2-0 to Tottenham, and you told it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
A draw. Like they lost, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to complain either.
Arsenal won, and Tottenham lost. Like it's the best feeling, man. They were poor. Like I said,
Look,
Mourinho is not going to attack.
I mean,
Like
yes, we knew
Everton,
Mourinho is not going to attack, but if you sit against a team like Everton, sit back against a team like Everton and counter, it's not going to work. I mean, I still love Mourinho as a Chelsea fan. I still think he's got a manager in them, but
you guys
can't do
sacked
that.
him, man. You just said bye.
I mean, yes, I
Like,
still
we don't
see
need you.
if Mourinho wasn't there, Chelsea wouldn't be the club without him. I'm not going to sit here and say Mourinho is just because he signed for Tottenham, he is going to be all his legacy at Chelsea is not there. Mourinho is Mourinho at the end of the day for me. He's an extremely good manager.
Mourinho is Mourinho. He's an extremely good manager of the past.
He knows how to win, but I don't know if he can do it with Tottenham, man.
He knows how to win, but he needs a lot of he needs a proper team
Right
there. And Hoiberg and Doherty missed a sitter.
Doherty did.
If they had scored if they had scored, then it would have been a different game because they Tottenham would have either they either would have gone ultra defense or they would have gone ultra attacking.
Right.
So that's Everton's midfield was great. James had a really good game.
I think Allen
and Doucouré. Allen and Doucouré, they were bossing the midfield. And,
I mean, we always know what Doucouré is going to bring into team, but I didn't expect the performance from Allen because he was just going to suit into the midfield as a.
Allen is Allen was brilliant at Napoli. He had the most tackles there at in the Serie A, I think so. So he's a quality player, and Calvert-Lewin scores a brilliant header. That's what he's there for. He keeps running. That's what I like about Dominic. He doesn't give up. He keeps running. He keeps going after lost causes, and that's how he gets his goal.
If they had a better winger than Richarlison, they could have even scored 2 to 3
Richarlison, no. Richarlison tried, man. He was not bad.
He was not bad.
They
could have squared it to Dominic.
He could have done that. He can improve on a lot of places, but then he is young. He's very young. He's not a veteran or someone. He's very young. He's learning the trade, and I think he'll be very important for Everton this season because he's their focal point. He can break defenses. He has the quality to go on a run and finish. So I think he needs to work on making the final
decisive moments he should have the composure. Is what I feel. The composure wasn't there.
That can be worked on for sure. It's not something. I think Ancelotti. I read somewhere that Ancelotti wants him to be a 30-goal scoring player in few years. Yeah. Overall competitions, but that's what you want a manager to have for that's how a manager should motivate a player. You need to push him so that he gives his best for the team. And Everton, they were deserved victors on that day.
Everton did play well. I'm not going to lie.
Tottenham were poor.
Yes, the Vardy party continues in Leicester. He scored a brace, man. We both of us didn't expect him to start the season like how he did. I told it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and you told it's going to be a 2-1 to Leicester. So
I said
they got it wrong. They won at 3-0.
I said they're going to win, but it's not wrong. But I got the scoreline wrong. But Vardy. I feel Vardy is he's going to score for Leicester. That's for sure, because I don't think anyone else scoring for Leicester. If Vardy doesn't score, Vardy is their main goal scoring threat. If he doesn't score, I don't think anyone else will start scoring. I think Maddison might start scoring when he comes. I think he's fit now. I think he might start the next game. But Vardy will always be a goal threat. But I don't think he'll get the golden boot or something like that this season. But then he's already scored 2 goals. No?
I'm not too sure,
And
man.
so
I
many
think with the
penalties,
form, I
so many penalties
I'm
this
not gonna.
game week.
I'm not too sure, man. With the form he is continuing, I still back him to be in the running for Golden Boot. I don't know if he'll win, but he'll definitely be in the mix in the probably in the top 5 strikers. But yes, Vardy is good. Vardy is probably a club legend for them
He
at this
might
moment.
be there, but then I don't think he'll win the Golden Boot this season. Uh, uh, it's very important for Leicester to have a very good first half of the
Right,
season.
right.
If
Very
not,
agree.
I don't think they have the team to carry them
Hmm.
entire season to have the same momentum. You can see last year if they had not had that start, they would have finished somewhere else.
Right,
Like they would
right.
finish in the ninth or eighth or something like that. So they need to have a very good start. And Castagna was like really good. He had he scored a
Good goal.
debut
Yeah.
goal as well. Yeah, it was a good game for Leicester, and Vardy delivers again for them.
I'm not too
Madison
sure,
coming
man.
back
See,
will be
I
a huge
think we
boost.
always keep doubting Leicester and they keep always performing. This is the same. I think we didn't expect them to win the Premier League when they did, and we didn't expect them to have the great season that
No,
they did last season. But yes,
that's an anomaly, man.
I think
That
they
doesn't
will they will
that will
be the again the dark horses of the Premier League. They will do well. I expect them to do well.
No, I don't think they are dark horses anymore. Like they are not dark horses because we know that they have quality.
Right.
We know they have a good midfield, a good defense, and all that. But they won't be the team that they used to be this season. Like
Mm.
last season, everyone had a very poor season except for Liverpool.
Right.
Like Sheffield had a good season because we didn't expect them to finish where they
Right.
finished,
Right.
and same as Wolves. But we had an expectation for Leicester because they had a very good team.
Mm.
They had a very good midfield. So we did have some expectations for Liverpool,
Mm.
for Leicester, but they exceeded the expectation last year.
Right.
But then they couldn't keep up with the with Chelsea and Manu towards
Right.
the end because they didn't have that
Depth, I feel. Yeah.
quality in them. They didn't have the squad depth like you mentioned. So I think
It was a good.
good
It
game
was
for
a
Leicester
good
as well.
start for them,
Yeah,
and let's see if we carry on. So, the next game we
West
told,
Brom were like
yeah. I mean,
West
West
Brom were.
Brom.
I
I
think
think
they'll
they
get
might.
relegated.
They are one of the teams who I feel also might get relegated. Yes.
I think
Um,
Fulham and West Brom are going to get relegated
hmm,
straight.
hmm.
Just they're going to go back to championship
Go back
immediately.
to the championship immediately. I mean, yeah. So Wolves are off to a flyer as well. They have what they scored what
I
twice in 6 minutes, and kind of
Yeah, I
reversed
said
it.
2-0.
And
They
I
did
also
win
said
2-0.
2-0.
So
Yeah,
you just
it
copied
was.
what
We
I said.
got that
So
right. So yes. I think that's the only prediction
uh,
where we got exactly right.
Jimenez scoring. No, you got the Chelsea thing right. I know. We'll come to that
Yeah, we'll
later.
come to that.
But Jimenez scoring. That's not a surprise.
Mm,
He's always in the mix, scoring goals,
mm,
and we know Wolves always has that intensity
right.
in the team. Doherty might be a miss for them this season, but
I don't know, my man.
but
I
I
think
think
Adama Traore did play well in the right wing back position. He did have a good game. It's not like he didn't have a good game, but the one guy who surprised me in Wolves was Quincy Podence. He
Podence, yeah,
he had an extremely
he's
good game.
good.
His pace is electric. He had a good cross. He has a good cross, lethal cross, and yeah, I think they again might be pushing for the top six. It's a really good game. What I feel.
Like if they somehow like hold on to Jimenez, they
Mm.
can push forward. I think the top teams might be coming for Jimenez
Right,
if
very
they
soon.
lose the other
I
targets. I
hope he
think Man.
doesn't get his head twisted and goes to the top teams because he has suited so much for Wolves and how they play.
Uh,
So that's very
I think
suitable for them.
he fits their
Mm. Kind of
plans
play.
and tactics
You
really
might
well.
see
And
Doherty
Nuno
is kind
is
of missing Wolves in the middle season.
yeah that can happen too. He's already missing. I think so. Like he
I
wants
don't
to
know.
come
I'm
back to
not
Wolves
too
after
sure yet.
after that performance, man.
Right.
Uh, and then I think Pedro Neto had a great game
Hmm.
too. Their entire midfield is a lot.
I mean, they
It's
have an
fun to watch.
electric, chemistry within themselves.
Like,
They have a beautiful chemistry because if you see the game, they were switching from flanks to flanks with ease. So it was a very good game for them.
yeah,
I felt
Nuno is underrated
yes,
manager, man.
and I
He's
feel he
done a
should have been,
lot for the Wolves team.
in the mix for the manager of the season last year, but for some reason only top
Last
six.
year, Klopp, no,
I mean,
like
he should be in the mix.
it's
He wasn't even mentioned, is what I feel.
because Wilder had a bigger achievement with Sheffield, so I think that's why he was not even in the
Come
mix.
on, man.
Like
Wolves
Wolves have
finished
been in the
above
Premier, Wolves
one
have
of
been in
them.
the Premier, Wolves, Wolves have been in the Premier League for
This
a
is the third
lot more.
season. This is their third
Yeah,
season.
Sheffield just got promoted and they were like in the top four for a very long time.
Right. Right. I mean,
Like
it's not
no one
about
thought Sheffield will
where you are
perform.
in the position for a long time. It's where you finish is what I feel at the end of the day.
No,
Uh,
it's like how like Chris Wilder was named the manager, like was in the mix for the manager of the
hmm,
season because he got a
hmm,
Sheffield United team.
hmm.
They just got really, she just got
Right.
promoted to the Premier
Right.
League,
No, I
and
get
they
that.
finished in the top half.
Right.
That's brilliant. That's actually great for a
Hmm.
team like Sheffield.
No,
For
yeah.
perspective, that's brilliant. Like, yeah, it would not be great for teams like the top six to finish in eighth, but for a
Hmm,
team that just got promoted
hmm.
and they won, they won against almost all the big teams.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, they did a double over Man City, man. I mean, Wolves did a double over Man City last season. Sorry.
Like they won against all the big teams, and it
Hmm.
going to the Sheffield home. It's really difficult to go there and play. Like their fans are brilliant. So I think towards the end they missed their fans, and that's why their momentum lost as well.
Right. But I
They
don't know
lost
if
their
they won
momentum and they
against
were
all the team because I don't. They definitely got a result against us. They won against what Tottenham, but I don't know if they won against Man City, Liverpool, with the likes of Man City and Liverpool and all. But
no
yes, there
like
is.
not the Man Cities and Liverpool. Like they had dominated certain games.
Hmm,
They were unlucky to lose against Liverpool
right,
because Henderson somehow fluffed and the ball just rolled between his
right.
feet. They were just unlucky to lose that game. But Sheffield, I don't think
I
they'll
mean,
do
I
that
think
great this
Sheffield
season.
will have a good season, but I think they won't have the extremely good season like they did last season.
We started talking about Sheffield from we were talking about Leicester and now we are talking about Sheffield. So I think we'll go to the next game. Is it Chelsea?
I think yeah, Chelsea is the last game. So we did what we won. One,
Yeah.
you told 3-0. I know my team, and that's why I told 3-1.
No,
Uh,
you know Kepa.
I know my team. That's why I told you. Told they you don't have confidence in their forward line. I told I had enough confidence in my defense. I know they concede, and yeah, Kepa
No,
being
I
Kepa
said
also
you. Yeah.
conceded. It was. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say we played well. We
You
were
had like
clinical.
the funniest part of the game was you had like nearly 200 million worth attacking
Hmm.
force and your
Hmm.
defenders scored most of the goals.
Right. I know, right?
It
It's
was
really,
just
really interesting.
I was like, what? Like Havertz, like I'm not. People were slating Pepe when he
Hmm.
had a bad game, and
Hmm.
I think they should have a very
I
good look
mean,
into
look, this
Havertz as well.
guy
I think he
Havertz.
played out of position.
It's not that
He
he
played
played out
out
of
of position
position.
that
He had a really good work ethic. He tracked back. I remember a particular game moment where he lost the ball. He tracked back till our defense and he got the ball. I don't know if people talk about that. He's a really good. He has a really good work ethics. He didn't. He's. I mean, the guy has just what 4 training sessions with us, and I
yeah.
mean, in my opinion, he should not have started but he did. I think Barkley should have started this game because I think he should have had enough time to settle in the team and read the tactics of the game.
Why wasn't Hudson in the team? Hudson Odoi.
Again, the team Frank Lampard selected was. interesting one because I expected Hudson to start, and I also expected.
I feel Frank is clueless, man. He doesn't know what to do with so
Come
many
on.
stars
I
in the
don't
team.
think so. I don't think so. Frank is clueless. If you are gonna invest this much money, I think he has a plan. It's just that we are our
Does he have a
footage and
plan? Do you think do you think he has a plan? I remember
I think
telling that
no team will
you
no team will back their manager this much if he doesn't have a plan. Look, so it's
no
a
Roman backs like Roman like spends irrespective of
right.
who the manager is.
I don't
He
think so,
spends
man. I think you're
Roman
just
has
getting
done the
carried away
all the
because Havertz had one bad pass.
no. I was not talking about Havertz. I was talking about
Hmm.
Lampard now.
Right.
Lampard like putting Havertz on the right wing,
Hmm.
where he could have put him in the middle. Like who was playing for like I don't think your cam position player had a good
Right.
game as well.
Right. I think.
I
I
think
mean, what?
Havertz would have.
Yes, Loftus-Cheek also. Loftus-Cheek and have Loftus-Cheek had a really poor game yesterday. I love that guy, but that guy didn't perform. If he puts the same performance like he did yesterday, like 2 more, 3 more performances, his days in Chelsea are numbered.
Why would you buy
Uh,
a center attacking midfielder and then put him on the right wing when
mm.
like when you're giving him a debut, you should give him in the place that he wants to play. That's
Look,
when he can express
see,
himself.
if Havertz had started in central offensive mid, there wasn't a right winger in our team who would have, uh, grabbed onto
Hudson could
it.
have played there.
Hudson would have, I mean, yeah, arguably Hudson would have started, but he wanted to give Havertz, probably he wanted to experiment Havertz in the right wing and wanted to see how he performs. And I feel
That's why
it
he said
might
he's
look.
clueless.
I'm not saying I'm not going to go to that extent and say clueless. Frank wants to try him in different position. He wants to see what his best position is. He is not. I don't think so. He is clueless. He knows that he is a very good
We
number
know.
8. He's given an interview
I don't think.
for Havertz saying that Havertz's best position is number 8, and
And he plays him on the right wing.
that's what I told, man. He wanted to try him.
Why would you want him to play in the right wing when he's a center attack midfielder? Like you're putting
The
him.
guy can adapt into so many positions that he just wanted to
No,
try
I
it.
don't think
I don't
he's
think
great at right wing.
I don't think
He's
so
never
either.
been.
I don't think so either,
That's why
man.
he's yeah. He can play as a striker. He can
Right.
play as a cam.
Right.
Right wing is not his game. Like right wing, you need to track back a lot and you need to like attack as well. But he did a lot of tracking back, which I
Right.
respect. But he lost on the attacking front because he had to defend a lot.
Right.
When you have a player like Havertz, you need to give him the creative freedom to just do what he does best instead of asking him to play on the wing where
I would. I
he's
mean,
not
if
comfortable.
I saw the game completely, it's a really peculiar formation. Is what we played yesterday. We didn't play a 4-2-3-1. We played a 4-2-2-2, and it was really interesting to see that because I didn't expect that formation from Frank Lampard, but I think he was a little. Starting of the season, it was a little handicapped because he didn't have his ZH. I think he wanted ZH in that position. He missed
Yeah.
Kovacic. I think Chelsea missed Kovacic the most.
Was he injured?
No, he wasn't
Is he
injured.
injured or something?
He was suspended from the game for getting too many yellow cards. He got accumulated too many yellow cards, and he was going to miss the first game. So I think yes. Look, we did win the game 3-1. We had an absolute cracker thunderbolt from Reece James.
That goal was just brilliant. Man.
Yes,
Like,
and
there were lots of great goals in the first game week. Harrison
right.
scored a brilliant goal, and Salah scored a brilliant goal. Aubameyang's goal was good, and Reece out of the blue he just scored a cracker.
Yeah, I think.
I think Reece's goal was the difference. If he hadn't scored at that point, I think it would have been a draw.
I know it would have been really, really tricky for Chelsea. See, I mean, the game for us could have gone either way, and I feel it was a really unjust scoreline to Brighton. It was never 1-3 for Brighton. It could have been even 3-1 to Brighton. But I'm not going to sit here and probably go into the team because it's probably their.
What would Lampard's ideal team be if they had all those people fit?
As I told you, I think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 and 4-2-3-1. I mean, probably your left back would have been Chilwell, and right back would have been Reece James and Aspilicueta fighting for it. 2-3, just two being Conte being midfield had an exceptionally good game yesterday. Kovacic starting right besides him, and 3 being your Ziyech in your right wing, Havertz in your central offensive mid, and your left is your Pulisic, and your centre forward would be obviously Timo Werner or your Tammy Abraham. And Mount would also be fighting with Havertz for the same position. So I think that's the ideal, in my opinion. But I think Frank will figure it out.
So do you think Werner will play as a striker or as a left?
Look, I think that's a really good question. Even though he started as a striker yesterday, he was coming out of left a lot of times. All his runs were from the left. So I think Frank Lampard knows he is very good off the left, and he was running off the left. And there was a particular moment in the game where Havertz found Werner's run from the left, and it was really good. See, it is there. It's going to get interesting. It's going to get better and better for us. It can't get.
Don't you think yesterday? What I felt yesterday was Werner and Havertz were played out of their best position.
I don't think so. Werner was played out of his position. Havertz, yes.
Werner has been playing more on the left than as a striker, and when he played as a striker for Germany, he was not that great.
I mean, I think that's what I told.
Plays on the left,
I think that's what I again told. So, see, Werner did put his name as a number 9 in the paper, but he didn't play as a number 9. He came off the left a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
If he keeps playing on the wing, then next year he'll be in the midfielders list in the fantasy, like Aubameyang. If he keeps playing on the left.
It was a really, really interesting game week. Interesting talking point was the Leeds game where 4-3 and possibly, Tottenham losing, but I'm not too surprised that Tottenham lost. So,
and it's a great thing that VAR particularly had a great role to play. That they rescinded a red card against Walker Peters. I think that was a great thing that happened. Like we've always said, VAR.
It's really good. Really happy to see VAR and play. I mean, the referees doing this. Hopefully, they do more of this, and probably will be.
And also the offside rule. The referees shouldn't blow their whistles immediately. They should wait until I think that's the new rule.
It's really. I mean, it is developing. The VAR is developing, and it has developed a lot.
Because last year I could feel that they just blew the whistle when it was offside, and it was on the players' responsibility to go ahead and score the goal or not.
Right.
Like I remember Aubameyang scoring the goal against Man United when he was onside,
right,
2 yards onside, but the sideline
referee
said offside. But then he went on and scored. If he had not done that, it wouldn't have been a goal. So I think that's a great thing that they've done this season. I think the refereeing should improve from last season as well. Last season was pathetic refereeing in the Premier League.
Yes, I think.
But it's a game week. As a game week on a whole, it was an exciting game week. It was fun. Both our teams won.
Back, and we missed it. Yeah. And it's really interesting. And yes, I think it's going to be really, really good, coming in thick and fast all the games. And
there are some juicy games in the the next few games are just amazing.
Chelsea,
you guys are facing the champions.
Beautiful. Yes. It's going to be interesting. So, yes, guys. So this is it for this episode, and we'll be giving our game week 2 predictions very soon. So stay tuned for that. And yes, more of the same. And
just comment, just like, share, subscribe, and
not commenting, man.
Give your opinions.
If you get involved, it'll be really fun, man. It's really
we can have you on the show talking along with us and giving your opinions. Yes. It'll be brilliant. Yeah, guys, thanks a lot. Keep supporting us, and hope we have a great season ahead.
Cheers,
bye.
Man. Bye.